a very interesting matchup between Oklahoma State and Arkansas. Um, Quick shout out to my former teammate Sean Criswell, who was actually from Arkansas, and he's actually the first person I've met in my life that is from Arkansas. Sean and I played together in England. He played with me and Dre as well. Dre knows what I'm talking about, and if Sean's watching this right now, I love you, man. But yeah, so we got a matchup between Arkansas and Oklahoma State. Um, if we look at matchup predictor right now, Oklahoma State has a 55% chance of winning this game compared to 44 for Arkansas. Right now, the line is at Oklahoma State minus 7.5, and the over-under is at 62.5. So ESPN thinks it's going to be a pretty close game. It's being played at Boone Pickens Stadium, so it's a home game for Oklahoma State. And I would not be surprised if the Oklahoma State fan base really turns out for this game. I think this is going to be a very difficult environment to play in for Arkansas. But listen, Arkansas's offense looked pretty impressive last week against Pine Bluff. They put up 70, but what does that really mean? It's against Pine Bluff, but the way the offense looked on film, I was extremely impressed with. From Arkansas. The Green went 16 to 23 for 229 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jackson had 8 carries for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns, and T-Slaw had 3 receptions for 53 yards. It was a pretty balanced attack for Arkansas in this game. And Oklahoma State last week, they won by a score of 44-20 against SDST. And Bowman went 25-34 for 267 yards and 3 touchdowns. Gordon the second had 27 yards, 104 carries, and 2 touchdowns. Might be a possible Heisman candidate, just throwing that out there right now. And Stribling had 6 receptions for 83 yards. So another, once again, balanced attack for Oklahoma State. And it's I'm interested to see how Oklahoma State fares against the SEC opponent in Arkansas, because listen, I know we talk about a lot on this show how physical the SEC is compared to other conferences, but Arkansas isn't a team that's particularly physical on the interior. Quite frankly, they're built more like a Big 12 team. They like to spread the ball, and they like to run outside the tackles. Very rarely do they run between the guards. A lot of mesh routes. A lot of sweeps, and a lot of routes that get downfield, like post and things of that nature. But I was impressed with the offense of Arkansas, though they are young, very young team, and that can be a cause for concern for some programs, some teams, especially going into a hostile environment like Oklahoma State. And we all know that Oklahoma State had a pretty good season last year. They brought back a couple of players, quite a few returners, a couple of players from the transfer portal as well. And listen, Oklahoma State is primed to be one of the best teams in the Big 12, especially with the losses of Texas and Oklahoma going into the SEC. So Oklahoma State is looking to make an impact. They're looking to stake their claim as the best team in the Big 12. And this game against Arkansas, this matchup against Arkansas, is the perfect opportunity for Oklahoma State to show the world, because this will be has a primetime slot. It's on ABC at 12 o'clock. This is going to be the perfect opportunity for Oklahoma State to show the rest of the college football world that they are the best team in the Big 12. And will they do that? That's the question. Causes for concern I have for Oklahoma State is their secondary as well. There were a couple moments I watched them play last week where they had miscommunications. in zone coverages, and that miscommunication on when to bump off or bump to a certain receiver for the DBs. And that might be a cause for concern going against this Arkansas team that does a lot of motions, does a lot of shifts, um, and they do a lot of play action. They do a lot of misdirection. So the key to Oklahoma State, especially defensively in the secondary, is for them to be patient, for them to be to stay home, to not cheat. And if they're able to stay home and not cheat, and to cover their assignments, then that puts Oklahoma State in a much better opportunity to be successful in this game. And I do believe Oklahoma State is a bit more physical on the offensive line than Arkansas is. And the defensive line, Oklahoma State, does a great job generating pressure from the outside, not particularly from the inside. So they may be able to do a good job of taking away the like I said, the jet sweeps and the outside runs for Arkansas. And and Dre says KU has a chance to win in basketball and football, which would be insane. Yeah, listen, Dre is our expert when it comes to college basketball. A chance to win in football and basketball. Football that's a tough one, brother. I don't know about that one, but basketball definitely. But Dre also brings up a good point that KU has been. Let's look and see where Kansas is actually ranked at right now. For those who don't know, Dre's talking about Kansas University. KU's ranked 19. They're ranked number 19 in the nation right now. They got a matchup against Illinois this week. But what a turnaround though for Kansas. I mean, listen, when I was growing up in the in the mid 2000s, Kansas was the laughing stock of college football. I mean, I remember one season, if I'm not mistaken, they didn't win a game, or they might have won only one game. And at that time, it was such a contrast between the football program and the basketball program. Obviously, the basketball program has been one of the blue bloods of college basketball for at least the past 20 years, since Bill Self was there, and even before that, Roy Williams. But they've done a great job of turning that football program around. And Dre brings up a good point. Yeah, Kansas has a legitimate chance of vying for opportunity to win the Big 12, especially that we see that Baylor isn't as prominent as they were last year. They lost a lot of key players, and like we said, there's question marks for Oklahoma State. We already said Texas and Oklahoma both are in the SEC now. Colorado's in the Big 12, but based on what we saw from last week for Colorado against North Dakota State, there's still a lot of question marks for Colorado, and Kansas State has question marks as well. So there's, Dre has a good point. The Big 12 is wide open, and Kansas has an opportunity to possibly win the Big 12. But it'll be exciting to see moving forward, though. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you guys think Oklahoma State is the favorite to win the Big 12, or are you gonna go with Dre and Kansas? Or Dre's not saying that. I don't think he's saying that that's his pick right now. Or if it is, then I'm definitely gonna I'm gonna write that one down for sure. If that's what Dre's saying. But listen, in terms of score, I do believe that this game is going to be a close game. Right now I have Oklahoma State winning this game by a score of 27-23, but I would not be surprised if Arkansas takes the lead with about 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter and is able to get one stop on the defense side of the ball to close it out. But right now, I got Oklahoma State in this game, like I said, by a score of 27-23. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you guys think this is going to be a close game? Do you think this is going to be a blowout? And who do you have winning? Do you guys have Arkansas pulling off the upset on the road, or do you guys have Oklahoma State winning at home? By the way, the biggest key for this game is going to be the lack of experience that Arkansas has. There's just such a young team, and playing in a hostile environment like this early in the season, I find it difficult for me to see Arkansas winning this game, which is why I'm going with Oklahoma State. But like I said, let me know what you guys think in the chat room. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And in our next segment, guys, we are going to be discussing what very well could be the best team in college football. Dre knows what I'm talking about. But be sure to stick around for that, guys. You're not going to miss it. We'll be right back.